Greetings from the Guild, gamers. I'm Guildmaster Jason. Welcome to Savage Sunday.
Savage Sunday. Savage.
For those of you who don't know, we here at Plant City Gamers Guild love Magic the Gathering, and we love sharing awesome combos with you guys. So that's what Savage Sunday is. Today's combo comes from an article by Rue McDonald, an author at monoleak.com. This combo consists of Varolz the Scar Striped and Death's Shadow. First, let's take a look at Death's Shadow. Now, while this card may only cost 1 mana, it comes with a feature that's a pretty steep drawback. Essentially, you have to subtract whatever life you have at that point in the game from its power and toughness. At face value, this seems like a card that you would probably only use as a last resort, like when you're on your last life and then all of a sudden you realize you can throw out a creature for 1 mana with a power and toughness of 13. But outside of that, it doesn't really seem like a very useful creature, until you put it in a library with Varolz the Scar Striped. Now, Varolz has a feature that lets you give any creature in your graveyard the Scavenge feature. A creature with the Scavenge feature means that if you pay that creature's mana cost, you can add its power and toughness to a creature you have on the field. Now, let's say you have a creature in your graveyard with a really low mana cost and a really high power and toughness. You know, maybe he might have a feature that's sort of a drawback, but that's not really relevant if he's staying in the graveyard now, is it? That's a very specific description for a card to fit. What card could fit that description? Oh yeah, that one will work. Okay, but how do you get Death's Shadow into the graveyard? Wait, isn't Death's Shadow always kind of in the graveyard? At any rate, how to get Death's Shadow into the graveyard is probably the best and definitely the most ironic part about this combo. To fast track Death's Shadow into the graveyard, we're actually going to use his drawback to our advantage. Now, as long as you have at least 13 life total, as soon as you summon Death's Shadow, he's instantly going to die, as a result of his toughness dropping to 0. At which point he will be eagerly awaiting for you to use Varolz to add his power and toughness to, well, really anyone you want at that point. I mean, even a 1/1 creature would be 14/14 at that point. Now, if a creature with 14 power and 14 toughness isn't enough for you to win that game, maybe take a look at some of our other combos and add those to your deck. If you guys have anything to say about this combo, whether you think it's awesome, whether you think it sucks, or you just have some comments, drop them accordingly in the comments. If you guys have any ideas for next week's Savage Sunday that you think we should know about, be sure to message our Facebook page. Until next time, game on, gamers.